Good morning, nerd. Right? You can tell we've been struggling a little on that old connection, huh? Let's see if third time's a charm. Let's see. That's the good news about the tea people. We're flexible. Yeah, we're practically contortionists over here. Good morning, nerdy. Is it working? Good morning, my good friend. There you go. Good morning, Trent and Jake. Thanks for finding us. We're hiding in the bush this morning. We're making you guess which signal is good, Billy. A little bit of technical difficulties over here. I think we're going to start a couple minutes early from now on, just in case we're going to be late. Does that make exceptional sense? Exception? Let's start early in case we're going to be late. Good morning, Sue and Anthony and Katie. Tribal, good morning, Derek Anderson. Derek, you're a good guy. Good morning. Thanks for finding us. We were having technical difficulties going live this morning, Golden. But we're there. We think. We're knocking on wood. Justin LaFlower, talk to me about something. Wasn't one of your pictures picked as a top 3? One of your designs? Nerdy, who were the other top 2? We already know who the number 1 is, and I sent you that prize to send to that person. Who were 2 and 3? Justin was 3. Who was 2? Help me out with that. Help me out. Who was number 2? Number 2, I'm looking for you. Michael Allen. Okay, Nerdy, thank you. Justin LaFlower, send me your address. I had told Nerdy I was going to send something to the top 3. So I'm going to send you a small pack of supplemental supplements to Justin LaFlower and Michael Allen. So Justin, if you would please, thank you for participating in that. Your design looked great. Send me your address so I can send you a small pack of supplemental supplements. Okay? And when we see Michael Allen here, we've got to let Michael know. So congratulations to those 3. Justin, that's up to you. If you find somebody else, you let me know. Let me know by the end of the. Let me know by the end of the show, or just send me your address. Okay? Good morning to Thomas Stan. Good morning to Mark Zamron and Pacers. So Justin saying, talk to me, peeps. I was going to send them out about 5 or 6 grams of supplemental supplements. And then let's find Michael Allen, wherever he might be. If I don't hear from him on the show today, I'll write to him. Okay? Thank you for all of those that were involved. Nerdy and Deborah and 5280 all day. You guys and Kim, you guys are doing a great job. I know your Mush Fest is going to be killing it. Good morning. Take a couple of minutes to say good morning to each other here. That's a good way to put it, Nerdy, right? I was going to send you a stick figure guy, but I couldn't compete with those AI people. Good morning, Wazzy. I see some Wazzers. Yeah, I agree with you, Kim. I think you guys are going to have a great time. I wish I could go, but I'm actually going to be in Maryland at that particular time, visiting family. I haven't seen a couple of my sisters in 4 years. Right, Kim? I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I haven't seen a couple of my sisters in 4 years, so we're planning a visit to go see them. And then not too far away lives um, lives Hagerbump. So I'm planning to just drop through and see Hags on my trip. Hags lives near a couple of Civil War battlefields. I'm gonna try to talk him into being my tour guide. Okay. Oh, Dando, good stuff, right? Good stuff. Dando knows. Yeah, those were actually albino golden teacher, which is, it's the whole thing of strains is getting fuzzy in the world of fungi right now. You're starting to wonder if that's really what the species is or not. So good morning, Sanum. I'm glad you found us. Cleaning and Mike Barabal. And so many others this morning. Good morning. 40 people. 23 likes. Right, Dando? They were beautiful. They're perfect sized, perfect dosing size. RX, your paintbrush is better than any artificial intelligence situation I've seen. I don't know if AI can tag railroad cars like you can. I haven't seen it. Right, Niffy? Tell him to stop it and pick up the paintbrush. Yeah. I agree with Pops. Kimberly, I agree with Pops. So much talent, right? Derek Anderson, RX, can play the guitar like no other. And really, really good artist. Super creative in a style I like. RX, pick up the paintbrush. I'm gonna make RX a deal. Draw something, I don't care what it is, and send us a picture of it. I don't care what it is, but draw something up nice. Send it to Paparoo, just a picture. You don't even have to send the actual thing. Just send me a picture of the thing, and I'll send you a supplemental supplement. That's just a motivator. Okay? Get your paint brushes and colored pens out, RX. Niffer, that would be a good idea, right? Okay, RX, get after it. I still have my little train cars from you. Yeah, Kim, I have these miniature little Z scale that he graffitied. Super cool. Good morning, everybody. Okay. I think it's about time to get started here. Okay. Good morning. Whew, what's going on with the YouTube? Brock says it's my phone, the phone that I have the app on. But I have a problem. Kind of a big one. I don't remember my password to my YouTube account. I don't remember it. We did it, almost 4.5 years ago, and I never wrote it down, and I've never really had a need to know it. So now, if I go to put the app on another phone, I don't know how to start it up. And so I'm worried. I'm worried that if I put an app on a new phone that we won't have all of the subscribers anymore. We won't have all of the subscribers. Good morning, Leisure. So, and it isn't, Brock's going, well, you only have about 60 people a day. I go, no, we get a good, there's a whole lot of people that watch the show not live. There's a whole lot of people that check this show out later on. You'll see there's a lot of views. Exception, change it first. Change the, but don't you have to know you're old website, don't you have to know your old password to change it? How can you change it? In the Google Chrome. But then that's another problem, RX. The email that I originally attached this to, that email died 3 years ago, and I don't have a way to reopen that one. So if they send notices to that email, I can't get them. So I'm stuck in this ether world. So yeah, I can't get my old website, my old email to work. That's why I have a new one. And anyways, it's something we're working on. We think. So we're starting to have some, whatchamacallits here, starting the YouTube in the morning. So I'll figure it out, I think. Maybe I'll just have to wait till I visit some. I don't know what does it jiggle mean. I don't know what that means. Where is? But anyways, we're gonna try to figure things out. In the meantime, we'll continue to air here until the phone has smoke coming out of the back of it. Okay. Pretty soon there's gonna be smoke coming out of the back of the phone. But we'll figure it out. In the meantime, I know what Brock did yesterday was he broadcast live from his channel as well. So please get yourself over as a subscriber to, what's it? T with B?
T and crew underscores.
Wait, will you say that again?
At T underscore and underscore crew.
Okay, did you guys hear that? At T underscore crew underscore and underscore crew.
Correct.
T underscore and underscore crew. That's a new channel you started? Just renamed it. Okay, so that's the other name, and we'll I should probably do a double broadcast from there too. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. We'll have this one and that one going, just to get that feed going and see if we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I don't want to lose friends. Oh, Kim, he's my technical advisor. If it weren't for Brock, I wouldn't even have a TV in my house. I wouldn't know how to turn it on. Yeah, these smart TVs are smarter than Pops nowadays. Okay, so thanks to Brock, I can watch TV. I do know how to plug the refrigerator in, so thanks to me, we have cold food. So it's kind of teamwork. Okay, it's a little bit of, oh nerd, it would have smoked a long time ago. Okay, so there'd be, yep, that's about right, Niff. We got to give the credit where credit is due. Okay. Jesus, he makes sure I can use an ATM machine. He's like, Pops, I'm going to teach you how to use the ATM machine, and I'll stand right here. ATM machines freak little kids out. Did you know that? ATM machines. They think, well, all you have to do is go over to the machine and get some money. Like, well, all you have to do is put some in it. Okay? You ever seen a kid? Like, all you have to do, just push that button right there and it gives you money. That's correct, RX1s. You know how that works. Good look. Ego, good morning, Ego. Good morning, everybody. Organic food just tastes better. True or false? Organic food, it just tastes better. Oh, Herb, I've tried the neuroplasticity, technological stuffage. Paul Schmidt says, of course, organic food tastes better. That's why we pay more for it. That's why we pay more. Multiple studies have done blind test tastes on organic and non-organic food. They found that people can't tell the difference if the food is organic or not. I'm not talking homegrown. The only difference people can taste is if the food has been grown locally or if it's imported. Imported foods tend to have spent a long time in transit and thus have a staler taste. The only difference. Of course, if you grow it at home, there is no shipping times, and that's super fresh. Best vegetables I've ever eaten in my whole life, ever, were grown at my cousin's garden in Oregon. Visited her, and she had this big organic food stew, vegetable stew. I'm not the biggest vegetable eater on the planet, by the way. And I have to tell you that to this day, that was like 8 years ago, I still remember that stew. I'll never, unless I visit her, I'll probably never eat anything as good again. Just because you can't taste the difference, is organic food better for you? Yes or no? Is organic food better for you? We've already decided in test taste you can't really taste the difference. But is organic food better for you? We have definitelys, we have hopefullys, we have no's, we have trues. What do you think the answer is? Is organic food better for you? And then we have a possibly, and then we have a maybe. Organic food has the exact same nutritional value as non-organic food. Therefore, if you're eating organic chips, it's just as bad for you as if you were eating regular chips. There's a whole game going on with that organic thing. Cleany, you say that's not true? They say it's the exact same. They say it's the exact same. I think the difference is, like RX just said, it's the pesties. It's the pesticides. How about this one? How about this one? Where is it? Fresh vegetables are more nutritious than frozen vegetables. I'm sure we can find other data there, Cleaning. Fresh vegetables are more nutritious than frozen vegetables. True or false? True or false? What do you guys think? Sue's going fresh. Anthony's saying falso. Which do you think it is? This is going to be an interesting one. Falso. Since frozen vegetables tend to be picked in their prime and flash frozen right after harvesting, they tend to retain more nutrients than fresh vegetables. Keyword tend. But no, just because they're frozen doesn't mean they're less nutritious. In some ways, they're more nutritious. That's pretty interesting. How about this? Skipping breakfast. Skipping breakfast can help you lose weight. True or false? Skip your breakfast. Drop a pound. True or false? Derek says it's absolutely true. Sanam says false. We have half falses and half trues here. According to research has shown that people who skip breakfast tend to have higher body weights than those who regularly eat breakfast. This is because people who skip breakfast tend to snack on unhealthy alternatives during the day. If you eat breakfast, you might not be snackadacking for the rest of the day. So, I mean, these are all somewhat a teeny bit subjective, but that kind of makes sense to me. It makes sense. I'm a breakfast guy. That's my favorite meal of the day. I love a good breakfast, and I'm pretty set until dinner. Then I kind of roll right through lunch without thinking about it. So, interesting. I like breakfast food. I have no problem having breakfast food for dinner. I do. I like it. I like a pancake dinner. Okay? That's interesting, Joe. Okay. Yeah, I like breakfast. I like breakfast for dinner. Brenner. Is that what it's called, Greenie? Brenner. I just like breakfast foods a lot. A lot of what we eat for breakfast, I could eat for lunch or dinner too. How about this one? Avoiding carbohydrates after 5 p.m. will help you lose weight. I've heard that one a million times. I have a friend that's practicing this one right now. She won't eat after 5 p.m. Not even carbs, anything, period. Zipped closed after 5 p.m. She's a zipper after 5. There were studies done that show the body does not react any differently if you were to eat carbohydrates after 5 p.m. This is simply a method that people use to help them lose weight by decreasing overall calories that they consume. So it's about the calorie consumption, not about the time you have them. So that's why the zip thing works. That's why you can zip it, because you're just not going to add any calories, period. It's very interesting. Low carbohydrate diets are good for you. Why am I on this diet kick? I don't know. It's just the next thing in my mythical randos. Low carbohydrates diets are good for you. Lucky says, of course they are. Your brain needs carbohydrates to function. And your body can't tell which type of carbohydrates you feed it. So it's best to get them whole grains and fruits, as those foods are packed with other types of nutrients as well. Fruity. Go whole grain and fruit to feed the brain. Okay? Intamin donuts don't count as a whole grain food. Entenmann's, as much as you like them, I love Entenmann's. I have miniature cherry pie Entenmann's in my cupboard right now. I'm allowed one per day. Okay? Entenmann's. You gotta love an Entenmann. All right? I'm allowed one miniature cherry pie per day. Krispy Kreme. You're allowed on your birthday only. Krispy Kreme's overrated. Pop opinion. It's a pop opinion. It's a PO. Okay? I think Krispy Kremes are overrated. I remember hearing about Krispy Kremes for like 5 years. It's the best donut on the planet. Donut, crispy donut. Donut, crispy. Oh, that's the greatest thing. Oh, crisp this, crisp donut that. And then but there were no Krispy Kreme donut places around where I lived. So all of a sudden, boop, they put up a Krispy Kreme donut place. Lines around the block. Around the block. I mean, you drive by and you're like, no, I don't want to stop there today because the line's too long. Finally, one time I drive by and there were only like 15 cars in the line. So I'm like, oh, okay, 15, I can do that. I got to check me out a Crispy. Okay? I pull in. I get my donuts. I'm leaving. I get my first bite. And I'm like, actually, it's a little sweet. What was I doing in that line? Okay. It's just my opinion. I'm not, right? Classic. I'm not being anti-crispy. You guys go enjoy them. If they're your favorite, we're not taking it personal. But I'm just like, why'd I wait in line? Thank God I didn't get in the line that went wrapped all around the block. Now, In-N-Out Burger, if you guys haven't had an In-N-Out Burger, West Coasters know. Best burger that's ever lived or died. In-N-Out Burger. Okay? Mr. 420's down with the Krispy Kremes. In-N-Out Burger, animal style, Derek. Oh, God, you're killing the game. In-N-Out Burger right here. And then the second best I've ever had is Culver's. Culver's. They have Culver's all through Wisconsin, some in Indiana now, and Michigan's going to be getting some more Culver's. Yay, yay, yay. Culver's. Kill the burger game. But In-N-Out, you got it going on. Back in the day, the In-N-Out, their company headquarters are in, look at you guys are cute. You're all telling me your favorite one. Whataburger's a pretty good burger too, Saul. No question about it. Back in the day, In-N-Out headquarters is in Irvine, California. And I had a little cabinet shop that did really well. And we made custom stuff. And we got the contract for redoing the lobby of the In-N-Out Burger headquarters. And everything was done in a red laminate with stainless steel. So we redid all the furniture and like the welcoming lobby desk and stuff like that. And the In-N-Out people were the absolute nicest people to ever work for. In-N-Out, what a nice outfit. We enjoyed the whole process. And to this day, my claim to fame is if you go in, I don't know if they've redone it because it was about 15 years ago, but did the lobby at the In-N-Out Burger headquarters. You would have thought they might have offered me like a free burger or something. Not so fast. You still got to go get your own burgers. Claim to fame. I have a few claims to fame like that. Yeah. We did a few just because of our location in LA, Hollywood Hills, Santa Monica, down to Irvine, Orange County. We've done a lot of neat projects for a lot of neat people. Herbie, thanks for writing that to the new people. Thank you. As a matter of fact, let's do something. Never winner beforers. Never winner before. If you've never won a prize here before, guess a number between 1 and 25. If you've never won a prize here before, guess a number between 1 and 25. If you have, let the never winner beforers win. Okay? Never winner beforers. You've never won anything here before. Give me a number between 1 and 25. Okay? And you give me a number between one. Yes, Donnie Fike, you can put up to 3 of them on your line at one time. Lucky Lure's just one. The number was 22. I didn't write it down, but I have it in my head. It's 22. Lucky Lure's just one. Lucky. Congratulations. Today you're lucky. Or you're good. Lucky, send me your address at the Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. Read what Herbie just wrote right there, and that's all you have to do. Lucky, send me your address, and you are no longer in the never winner before category. Okay? Send me your address, and we're going to send you a pack of supplemental supplements. Okay? And lucky would rather be good than lucky. I mean, lucky than good. I'm confused, Lucky. I'm confused. We've all seen that guy. We've all seen him. We all have one in our group. What guy, Pops? Herbie. White Castle is disgusting. White Castle? 3 minutes after ingesting, you better be close to an outhouse or a bathroom facility. 3 minutes is my pass-through time on a White Castle. Ugh. I'm not. Oh no. It's a diuretic. I think they use them instead of kaopectate. Okay. They're kaopectate burgers. Ugh, I'm not a fan. And the worst thing is then they thought, oh, we're good enough to do frozen ones. We could have frozen and we can put it in, you can have them at home. Well, yeah, they did that because they know there's a bathroom in your house. Okay? Justin's between 4 and 26 minutes. Perfectly timed. Oh man, I'm running down these businesses. I shouldn't. I'm not trying to impact your overall sales, fellas. Okay? I am not a White Castle fan. No. Like, I can't even look at, I'm driving down the street. I see a White Castle. I look the other way just in case it impacts my digestive system. Okay? Cleaning. You guys had to try it, huh? No, I look the other way. I'm afraid what'll happen. Okay? Oh, jeez. We've all seen that guy. Oh, exception, kid. That's because you're a native. Okay? You were born with it. When you come from, like, in and out, and you end up in a White Castle, you can forget about it, baby. All right. We've all seen that guy. The guy who's in and out of a ceremony every weekend. You know, a medicine ceremony. Oh, I got to do another ceremony this weekend. Really? Yeah, I'm going to do 12 grams today. Okay? Really? No judgment here, but when someone claims to be healing repressed trauma as often as they do their laundry, you can't help but wonder whether the medicine is really helping. As often as they do their laundry, I'm going to do a ceremony. I'm starting the washing machine, got to do a ceremony. When it comes to, this is an article from Tricycle Day newsletter. Okay? Very neat article. It doesn't take long. Let's go through this together. Okay? When it comes to timing your journey, spiritual bypassing is one trap to watch out for. But there's also tolerance to be mindful of, or simply the risk of overwhelming your system with more than it can process. So we asked our network of experienced practitioners, what's the ideal frequency for psychedelic journeys? How can I tell when it's time to sit with the medicine again? Here's what they said. about finding your personal rhythm. Anybody interested in this? Give me 5 people. Give me 5 people that say, Pops, read on. Pops, read on. Let's figure this one out together. Psychedelics only work when we learn to listen. I love that. Psychedelics only work when we learn to listen. Now there's an app for that. Attune, A-T-O-O-N. It's a music-driven inward practice that blends classical influences, modern electronics, and trance-inducing rhythms into immersive journeys designed to quiet your mind and open your heart. Created by a conservatory-trained composer and a psychonaut, Attune, A-T-O-O-N, is a tool to rapidly shift your state in 4 specific ways. Each journey takes you into a place where words fall short. No wonder early users have called them music-induced psychedelic experiences. Check that out. I'm going to be checking that out in the next few days. Attune, A-T-O-O-N. And let's see how that works out. Trust your inner compass. The overwhelming consensus among practitioners is that there's no universal timeline. Rather, your intuition is your best guide. Joe Ross explains it simply. I find it's quite intuitive. Not a one-size-fits-all. Some have a journey and immediately know they want another. And some immediately know it will be a while before my next journey. Denise Rue tells us how to tune into our inner guidance. Most folks are working with psychedelic medicines, and they can feel an internal call when it's time to dose. This requires, listen, a deep and honest listening to your inner wisdom, which reveals itself through quiet reflection, journaling, time in nature, or the creative arts. Angela Balboa offers her framework for discernment. I know it's time when there is a calm knowing, an internal voice that tells me there is wisdom that wants to come to me through the medicine. If there is an urgency for an answer or a fix to a crisis, I know it's not time. I like that a lot. I'm in that category a lot. Integration comes first. Nearly every practitioner voiced that your last journey should be integrated before you consider another one. Ryan Shanatry suggests the first question I recommend asking yourself is whether you have fully examined and integrated what surfaced from your last journey. If you have, then spend time with your intuition, noticing whether there is any resistance between your body and mind. Louis Bellat recommends checking your motivations. So does Pops. The best compass is not craving, but readiness and integrity. Are you integrating what the last journey revealed? Are you being called to deepen, not to escape? That's a big question that you gotta ask with yourself with integrity. Am I just looking for a good time escape situation? Or am I looking because I'm completely integrated my last journey and I'm hearing internally a call to wisdom? Once you start to find alignment in life, you will likely feel comfortable slowing down. Give me a couple of people that makes sense to. Slowing down and sitting with medicine, maybe only once every 6 months to a year. Context and medicine matter. Several practitioners noticed that frequency depends heavily on the specific substance and setting. John Moose explains it this way. For medicines like MDMA, it's generally advised to wait 4 to 6 weeks at least to allow the neurotransmitters in your brain to replenish. There are different formats that encourage a more frequent exposure to journeys, such as a retreat, where you may sit with the medicine more often during the retreat. I really like what Michael Patterson's saying here. Sometimes just sit. Sometimes just sit and do nothing. Those guys that know how to meditate, they know what that works like. They don't have to add a medicine to hear themselves. Context and medicine matter. Several practitioners noticed that frequency depends heavily. Oh, I just read that. Carrie Rowe offers some treatment-specific guidance. If you're using ketamine as part of a treatment plan for depression, it can and often should be done weekly for several weeks. If you're working with MDMA, you need to be really cautious about how often and when you sit with it. Between you and me, I'm going to make a confession right now. Ketamine, never had it. I don't have a call for it yet in my life. My life hasn't called me to it. And if anything, I have sort of an avoidance of it. And it's not a bias, but I have been, clearly I research. Clearly I keep my thumb fully on the pulse of where our culture's going with psychoactive drugs, psychotropic drugs. And ketamine is the one that I am most concerned with being abused overall. I see a massive amount of ketamine abuse and misrepresentation to people that don't know any better. So I'm not making a judgment because I don't have personal experience of having ever taken that medicine. I'm looking at this strictly from a bird's eye view, not ground level. But when I see the people that have overdosed and passed away, I see the people that get crazy acting. I don't know. Ketamine just seems to be incredibly open to abuse. And a lot of it has to do with the legalities and availability and things like that. But be careful, okay? Clara McKinley highlights how trauma can affect timing. Ayahuasca can open deep trauma material and often requires months or even years of integration. While ketamine or psilocybin in therapeutic settings may be gentler and more flexible. For those with complex trauma, frequent high-dose journeys, especially without trauma-informed support, can often overwhelm the nervous system and backfire. Warning label. Our take. The philosopher Alan Watts famously said about psychedelics, this is great. Alan said this: if you get the message, hang up the phone. If you get the message, Hang up the phone. I love it. You got it. You got the message. You don't have to get back on the phone again. Not for a little while. Alan, you're good. Psychedelics are best thought of as tools, not destinations. But with all due respect to Mr. Watts, life is dynamic. As you move through different seasons and you face new challenges and you evolve as a person, you may find yourself ready for new messages. Ring, ring. That's good. Michael, the phone isn't a party line. Remember those? The meta skill then is to develop such a refined relationship with yourself that you can discern when medicine is truly calling versus when you're seeking an escape, versus when you're rushing the process or you're distracting yourself with doing the work. Because as we've said a million times, the space between journeys is almost always when the real growth happens. Between journeys is when the real growth happens. Give me 5 people that liked that article. Give me 5 people that liked that article. It's a very good article. And it's good that we sit here and remind each other of these things. It's a very good thing to do. Right? Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have any of you ever experienced loneliness? Give me 5 people that have experienced loneliness, maybe more. I would venture to say most all of us have experienced loneliness. Loneliness is painful. Loneliness is painful. And I'm not talking about sitting alone with yourself for transcendental reasons. I'm talking about just feeling alone. Feeling alone. Let's see what Brené Brown has to say about loneliness. We're going to talk about loneliness today, and we're going to talk about invisibility. Let's do invisibility first, and then we'll probably hit loneliness tomorrow morning. These aren't happy subjects, but they're subjects that they're destinations that we end up when we're not living mentally healthy lives. Let's look at invisibility first. Have you ever felt invisible? That's another painful place to be. What is invisible? What do you mean by invisible? I define invisibility as a function of disconnection and dehumanization, where an individual or a group's humanity and relevance are unacknowledged, ignored, or even diminished in their value or importance. We have the ability to make other people and other groups invisible. It's a power. It's one we shouldn't use. It's one of those superpowers that we should never use. Making other people feel invisible. That's the exact opposite of kindness. Because it actually takes effort. It takes a lack of listening. It takes a lack of discernment. It takes a lack of self-awareness. Researchers Rebecca Neal and Bethany Lassiter discuss findings across multiple fields, including psychology and sociology, that address invisibility in terms of stigma and stereotypes. They offer several examples. Here's a good example. Not getting proper credit for spoken or written material. Makes you feel invisible. Somebody's using or noting something that you've created and or written, and don't assign some modicum of credit to you. We do the exact opposite at the Mush Lab. We go out of our way to credit. I mean that. I won't say out of our way. We're just so aware of the need to credit that we willingly, flowingly do it. Credit your kids when they do it. It doesn't have to be what you wanted them to do, but give them credit. Recognize. Another example is having limited or negative cultural representations of the group you belong to. You'll feel invisible if you're experiencing outright discrimination or being viewed as a symbol of your overall group without being recognized as an individual. I have an example. I never thought that I never knew. And I think I was guilty of being one of these unrecognizers. There's a group that's very invisible in general. And let me tell you who it is. Older people, seniors. We don't even see them half the time. And when we do, we discount them. And I've been experiencing that more, obviously, because I'm there now. I experience it. It's one of the only times in my life that I've been in a group that I feel I'm invisible in this group. I'm actually discriminated against, and I have been. And this isn't a woe is me. This isn't, oh, poor me. I'm just making a very objective observation. You know when you experience it? When I'm on the other side of 8 Mile in Detroit. When I'm on the other side of 8 Mile in Detroit. Detroit has a racial line right down the middle of it. North side of 8 Mile is a lot wider than south of 8 Mile. You get an older white guy in the hood, let me tell you, you better bring some studliness. You better be able to bow up like a Marine. You talk about discriminated against. No, I'm not that, Irby, by any means. But you better be able to hold your own place in line, because they'll shove you to the back of the line. And I don't mean they as any single group. I just mean you get discriminated against. You're invisible. There are 3 different types of insecurity. And there are 3 different types of invisibility. There's interpersonal invisibility, and that's it between people. There's group invisibility. Billy D, it happens all over, I agree. I'm currently experiencing it in a way I never had before. But then I have never been this age before either. Yeah, Jesus Christ, it starts out the Detroit River, and then there's a grid. The Detroit River's ground zero. And then there's 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, and it works its way north out of Detroit, away from the river, all the way up to about 26 Mile. And those are the east-west grid. And then north-south are some very famous streets. Woodward Avenue probably being the most famous in Detroit. So it's a grid laid out. Old Ford liked his stuff organized, Henry Ford. There's interpersonal invisibility. There's group invisibility. Yes, Adam, that is. Eminem lived on 8 Mile, right on 8 Mile, in a trailer park that was on the corner of 8 Mile, and I forget the actual cross street, but it's about 2 miles from here. It's about 2 miles. And Brock recently said, hey, Pops, I'm going to go take a walk. I'm going to go and see where Eminem grew up. And what they've done here is they've taken the trailer park down. They've raised it. They've eliminated it. And they've turned that corner into a big greenway. And then there is actual monument right there. And you're not sure, is that a monument to Eminem? Or is that a monument to 8 Mile or what? But there's like a nice little monument that's right there in that property. So they, it was getting so much traffic and people coming there and doing inappropriate stuff and taking stuff from the trailer park and all of that they ended up closing the thing down, getting rid of it, and just turning it into a big, like, open greenway. There's group invisibility, and then there's representational invisibility. When a group is invisible, instead of being actively discriminated against and targeted with negative prejudices, members of that group are ignored and overlooked. We do that a lot to our aging population. Give me 5 people that agree to that. And you don't even have to be a part of it, but you can probably understand it. And again, I'm not doing a woe is me. I'm just making an honest observation. As I've creeped into this group, well, it's not even like half the time you're being actively discriminated against. We just ignore them. They're invisible. We put them away in old folks' homes and we forget about them. It's one of the reasons I don't. Be aware of that negative prejudice and practice and be above it. Be aware of it. Be above it. That's a perfect place to exercise kindness, is to our elders. The old respect your elder game. Boy, they've been through it, you guys. There's so much context and experience and knowledge in that subgroup. Explore it. Ask their opinions. Value them. Show them they are valued. It's a big subset of where we miss things. There's a couple other we'll talk about this week, but this is the one that's near and dear to me today. They deserve so much respect. And yet, we either make fun of them or we just disregard them altogether. They're getting in the way, they're too slow. They're, fuddy-duddy. It's like, actually, they're not. You take somebody about my age right now, we've been through it. We've gone all the way from before you even had a black and white TV to now AI. It's been a period of time in our civilization that so much has become new. And we have a group of people that have watched it all. There's a lot of value there. But there's more value in just being recognized. I never want to be called sir. I just don't. Sir's a little too far up there for me. But it feels good when a youngster says sir. It just does. Feels good. And it doesn't feel good because of your ego. It feels good because you're looking at somebody that knows how to respect. You're looking at somebody that is considering you. Don't be afraid to say sir and ma'am to some of us. It's important to understand that invisibility is its own form of stigmatization. Many individuals who are members of marginalized groups find themselves caught in an ever-tightening vice of two types of dehumanization: stereotyping and invisibility. I'm not ending on a negative note. I'm ending on a positive note. We know when we're starting to stereotype someone. And we know when we're causing them to be invisible. Both are not impeccable, and both are not doing our best. Doing your best is to include them in all. Don't let anybody be invisible. If you even think somebody's feeling invisible, open up your kindness heart. Let them know they're not. Certainly with your eyes of goodness and kindness. I see a lot more people today than I've ever seen before. Give me 5 people that can agree to that. When we're looking through eyes of kindness, we see a lot more people, don't we? And we're a lot more inclusive. Niffer, I'm so sorry to hear that. Somebody that may have been, just needs some more love and kindness and a hug. So we have superpowers. It's fun to go out there and be Superman. I like being Superman. I like flexing some of these powers that I'm learning that I have. Go flex. Give goodness, give kindness. Again, sorry, Nev. So, you guys go have a great day. Go recognize somebody. Go make somebody feel less invisible today. You're going to be eliminating a lot of things, and you're going to be planting a lot of things. Have a beautiful day, you guys. I'll see you here tomorrow, and we'll continue on with this frame of thinking. There's a lot of places we can plant kindness plants in this world. And I personally, that's my new mission. Well, it has been my mission for a few years now. I just want to plant. It's not my job to be in charge of what grows, but I do like to plant. I want to be Johnny Kindness Seed. Go be Johnny Kindness Seed. Okay? Have a great day, you guys. 4 things. 4 things. Be impeccable with your word. Use it for goodness and kindness. Don't take things personal, including yourself. Number 3, have no expectations. Expectations are the beginning of resentments, and they, after a while, because your expectations aren't met, you stop doing the first 2. And then the 4th one, HB can tell us, do your best. Peace out. Wait, I need to scroll. Wait. Sam and Herbie and HB, and Nippy and HB, and Anthony T, and Jesus Christ in Australia, and Joe D's, thank you, Sammy P and Cleany, and Billy D and Trenterson and B Hendricks, and Kimberly the Golden Bull and Derek Sir Anderson, Sanum, Jesus Christ and HB and Nerdy and Anthony T and Joe D's and Donnie Fike and HB, Shy and Unfounded Rides, Laura, have a divine day, Derek Anderson, Michael, Patterson Shanti, Jesus Christ and Kimberly and Sanum and Lynette, good morning, Nippy and Paul Schmitz and Herbie and Laura, and Kim Kim and Pops. Peace. See you guys here tomorrow. Be practicing kindness today. Out.